Can New England get revenge? Find out next on Madden NFL 22.
To Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today is a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. And no run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here to the 34. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Get that ball.
On second and a yard. Jones finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
Here we go. Here we go.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
On second down now, it's Harris. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. We got 4.
Now Jones. Throw left side complete. That's Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Here we go.
We often hear the phrase showing how to tight ends, and he certainly fits in the right category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it before the first down.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 and second down. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
All day, defense, all day, all day.
Throwing Jones. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to make it third down and 10.
Well, so much for bluffing the defensive line into thinking that they were going to be able to get to the quarterback. Instead, they sniffed out the screen pass and made a really nice play for lost yardage.
And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Now on fourth down, is the punt team sending this one away.
All day, baby, all day.
Here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence now off the bootleg. They'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete.
Let's go, boys, bring it up.
Chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Every defensive staff works on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? When you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number.
Let's go!
I knew it just said he was throwing catch. The big guys up. Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Najee Harris. 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Dolphins are going to take a first quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. 1-7 their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now this organization, more than likely if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. And we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So is the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
Meanwhile, Jones throw there taken in by Smith. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter.
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep over, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got to get this stopped.
They hand this off to Harris. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Check 55, Mike. Push him back. Push him back.
Now Jones on 3rd down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
Boom! That's how we do
Devin
it.
Bush coming in to drop it for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is set away. Here's Hill on the return. They'll call that a 61-yard.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go.
And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. So Miami coming out for their second drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered,
he's got a man complete. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They go play action with Lawrence. He's going to try and go deep again. And that is caught at the 10-yard line.
Come on, fellas.
A big play there for the Dolphins.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
Touchdown, Dolphins. That's caught. Najee Harris. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8-ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm. Relax a little bit. And try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Come on, let's go!
New England's offense set to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice. So they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up the first down and change our momentum?
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
50, Mike, 50. Here we go, G.
On the give, this is Harris. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. New England on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Jones. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New England. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
That's us! That's us! All way! All way!
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
A tone for his city. You know, he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
They should have known!
He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So there's an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception. You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
7 yards, the pickup there.
He wasn't ready!
He went in route there from the slot for the completion.
I love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
And once again, the Dolphin defense holds focus on stopping behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Complete, Hunter Henry with the grab. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Check, front set. Check, front set.
On second and goal, Jones. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score. Rosas good with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with a New England touchdown. Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one.
We
he's
got
tackled
this.
at the 15. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
You can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
He'll buy some time right. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
They go play action now. Lawrence. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this one is incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was a little too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
From midfield now, Lawrence.
Here we go.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got him down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
The kind of game he's had so far, you have to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. These two teams met down in Miami earlier this year with the Dolphins winning that one. So they're trying to win here in Foxborough to capture the season series. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Play action. It's Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. Looking for him again. This time it's complete. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And then it's caught. Touchdown, Miami.
Touchdown, baby.
Kill as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins would extend their lead here just before halftime. Sanders on for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Take it in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20.
Let's go,
call it the 21. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. They're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So we've reached
double tight, guys. Double tight.
We head to half number 2.
Our two teams making their final preparations for the second half. And as they do, we send it back out to Foxborough, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. this out to the 25.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle, creeping up on 1,000, could get there on this drive. So a challenge for him to do that, but also defensively maybe a challenge for them to not allow that.
And that means probably kicking even more coverages to his side. And what that really means is wherever he lines up, you will have a cornerback over in his area. Now instead of blitzing your linebacker, drop him into coverage. Instead of the safety.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Yeah, he gets this deep into Patriot territory. It's a big play there for Miami. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On play action, Lawrence. They'll roll him out right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
And how nice is it for him to know that when he gets outside the pocket, he's got a reliable tight end he can go to. So he's able to look his way, find his big target, and set up first and goal.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. A gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. Harris. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there. Of course you're going to give it to him.
Lawrence with a quick throw outside. That's complete. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing, and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. A 2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Foxborough. Throwing again. Jones. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Stay with your man. Mike, 55.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Jamie Gillen now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Now Hill to return it. 51 yards on the punt there.
Let's go, boys.
And
Let's go.
it'll be Dolphin football. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every...
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen, and he's going to take this one back to the 37. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. this defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Mike 29. Hey, they're scared. They're scared. 29 is Mike. Mike 29. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Mike 29. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, G. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown.
There it is. That's what I'm talking about.
We have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, out of my way, and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Take it in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play call. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. It's a big play there for Miami. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Forced out to his left. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Rolling to his right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami.
Yeah, baby.
Tyreek
That's my boy.
His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe they'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point up. Good by Sanders, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Yeah, I got you.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. And caught by Henry. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do in practice.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we play 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29.
Here's Jones to throw on third down. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Here's Jamie Gillen now. He's been terrific so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Watch out for Hill on the return. And he'll take this across the 25 before... The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're in control. Here's a start first and 10, and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Hey, Orbit. Situation. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. Let's go.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll take
Here we
this
go.
to the
Here
other
we go.
side of midfield
Here we
before
go.
going out of bounds. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. On first and 10, it's Lawrence. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's got this down to the 35.
Here we go.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Go. 53 is the Mike.
Now Lawrence to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
60 outlaws. 53.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Yeah, baby.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And they'll try and throw forward with Lawrence.
Watch out.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 29 yards. And the Dolphins look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Jason Sanders to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Take it in at the 3. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Patriots ready to try again on offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline and puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. You might need a massage from the trainer right now after all the work he's getting.
To throw again on second down. Jones. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Jones now on third down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Myers. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down.
They dialed up the blitz on third down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Open man here, the tight end Henry. He's got this almost.
Let's go, boys, bring it up.
Going out. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Oh, I know how I
Christian
feel.
Wilkins. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
We've been around this league for a while. Many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That ball was tipped in the air, and while it ultimately fell incomplete, it caused a few anxious moments for the guy slinging it, who's had quite a day. He knows how to get it into the end zone. He's throwing it really, really well. And maybe Lady Luck is on his side because he avoided his first interception of the contest.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. This
All right, I got you. And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football, look at how to get out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now, they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you can get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
He is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise of throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped to line as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield. A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
On third down, Lawrence able to shake him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Matt Judon, his 5th sack of the season. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big play there for the Dolphins.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter. The old hold up four fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Good one, boy. Let's go. Let's go. The Patriots ready to get the football back. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. From the 27, Jones. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays, because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage. Because man coverage, particularly running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Jones. He completes it to Henry. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29. 29 is the Mike.
Throwing Jones. And the Dolphins rush, gets home, down he goes. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking to throw. Jones. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap, because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Bravo! Let's go, hey. Go.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
And going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory.
Good job over there, baby. I see y'all. Good job over there, baby.
Well, Charles, it's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Miami, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.